So this is module 3 for journey mapping with it. So let me just go over the instruction really quick with you. It's like in the module 1 and 2 with it. You're going to be taking screenshots and some of the stuff that you're going to be copying and pasting on. Make sure it's legible, that I can read it. If you can't read it, I can't read it. So when I grade some of the stuff with it, first thing again, put your name on the in the file with it right here. It's supposed to be number 3. Sorry. And this is supposed to be number 4. Shouldn't be editing this as we talk, but I missed it. So it should be number 5. Again, after you don't modify this, and it's like the past with it. Keep it as Microsoft Word so I can edit it and all that stuff with it. Once you're done with this, go to module 3 and submit it inside of module 3 for the completion for the course with it as well. This video link is the video instruction you click on. This is what you're watching right now with it. Okay, so let me walk you through this whole document with it. On the right over here is the browser that I opened up, the Figma.com, and I want to tell you what is Figma and what is FigJam with it. For module 1 and 2, or in the past couple of exercises, I had you exposed to Merrill, which is another board. I want you to be exposed to some of these boards, collaboration board, as much as possible with it. Figma is a prototype tool. It's just predominantly used to design websites, mobile apps, and all that stuff. That's prototyping with it, which means you will create the first run trial concept. It's like creating a concept car before they go into production and create the actual car. So what you're building is a prototype of a particular website or an app, and then you hand over to the engineering guys to code it, or the developer to code it and do everything else with it. All right. So that's what Figma is. Figma Jam, on the other hand, is a little. It's like the left hand and the right hand. It's kind of like a little subcomponent of Figma. It's used for a collaboration tool with it. So it's basically that you can use to gather information from users on your team with it. You can talk with each other. It's a nice sandbox. You can go in, you can create a collaboration tool, very similar to Merrill board with it as well. But I thought I'd give you a little bit more exposure on different type of tools that we use out industry with it. So I gave you some bullet points on here. So it's a brainstorming tool, really good way to collaborate and all that stuff with. So Figma.com is this website. Before you can actually get into Figma Jam, you will need to create an account. If you have a Gmail account, it makes it a little easier. So log in, or it's free. It doesn't cost anything. So that you create a Figma account with it as well. Log in there first with it. You should get an email sent by me for an invite for this, and I created a template Figma. By now you should have a persona and your empathy mapping done with it before you start do your journal mapping with this. Well, so that's what this is with it. So I talked to you, I took a screenshot of this, and I kind of had you, this is what we're doing, is the Figma Jam part of it. You can download the desktop, which I did, was the desktop Figma has a lot more options and easier interface with it. So I recommend the desktop Figma if you're planning to do any design industry. This is an industry tool, so I highly recommend you to learn Figma with it. To get out there to do anything right now, you have to know something about Figma. All right. So after you log in and find the email that I'm going to send out to you, to the invite to the journey mapping with it, so that's what you need to do with it. Please read this section. I put together this section, and please read it. Take time to read it, and talks to you about what is journey mapping and all of this with it. So I took a lot of time putting this together and creating the basic minimum that you need to know about journey mappings with it as well. Again, key components to journey mapping. This is a very generic concept with it. I define what actor, scenarios, expectation. It's an experience that you are asking your fictional persona person to go through, and you take notes, and you put on the sticky pads and what you will experience with it. So in this scenario that you are going through, it's not the food delivery scenario that we had in the past with it. So in this, I will ask you the scenario that you will be experiencing and doing this after you finish all of this. Again, the scenario, I'm on about page 6 right here with it. I'm going to ask you, after you're reading, I'm going to ask you to go to the Dallas College website, or click on this area. This is the DallasCollege.edu website, and a lot of you have experienced this. Is to how to register a class with it. All right, how did you register for my class online, or I'm sorry, if you did go through an advisor, and if an advisor register you, go through the motion for how would you register for a class online. All right, I want you to go through that process with it. Once you get to the persona with it, hang on, hold on, let me pull up the persona concept, the journey mapping. Hold on. Excuse me. This is the journey mapping template that you have. So again, this is just for UXUI 1370 spring 2025. Your course could be IMED 1316. It could be an IMED 2313. It could be a project development. I use multiple courses for this, so it doesn't really matter up here with it. All right. This is the invitation to this link right here. Let me zoom in here with it and explain. This is just a basic template. I really don't care what is being explained here with it, but on the top over here, it tells you the quick tip. I just pull one of the templates with it. I would like for you to, the first thing, before you do anything to this thing, I'd like for you to make a copy of this. So I would highlight this part right here. Make sure you see how I highlighted it. I selected both the user profile and the journey map. Okay, I selected that, and then what I like to do is come in and do a copy with it. Copy, okay, and then let me move this over here with it, and then I copy that, the whole thing, and I Control V, or I paste it, right, and I will paste it, and that will paste another one over here, like so. So I'm gonna ask you all just copy and paste and align your persona, you know, to the side, to the left, to the top, but at least keeping one of these things intact that we don't want to actually delete with it as well. So I had one of these copied earlier, so let me just grab it. They're sitting on top of each other. That's what that is. So you can see you see how that actually has a yeah. Come on, shift. Not that. Oops. That. So I got both of that. I'm going to move that over here. So let me just bring a couple of them together. But I always like to have a blank one on here. How do I get one of these things? On the top over here, you see this icon where it says template? You can always click on one of the, and then you go in, you just type in user journey, come on, journey mapping. Okay, it's this one right here. All right, so you can grab one of these, or you can copy whatever you want to do with it. But I just did a couple of blank ones in here. You do one of these things, okay? Put your fictional profile in one of these things in here, and then you fill out this for me. Now, I modify this as a template with it. Like I said, go in, look at your journey mapping with these instructions on the left-hand side over here. What I have over here. Again, go in. Give me your goals and your experience on how did you register for a course using the Dallas College website with it. What's the action? What is here's the awareness, here's the consideration. These are the 5 steps that you have with it as well, right? It could be for anything. I mean, I really don't care what you put on here. I really want to make this so you be familiar using collaboration tool with it. Again, it's not what you write, it's more about the process I like for you to experience in here as well. And putting sticky pads and all the stuff, and you can, you know, write on your sticky pads with it as well. Okay, again, make sure your name is on here in parentheses in there, so your fictional name, and put it in parentheses your name in there for me as well. All right, once you are done with this, let's say this is your fictional character, your fictional persona in here. I'd like for you to zoom in a little bit so I can actually read on this thing about there. Okay, you know, right about here is good. So take the screenshot of this, and you know, you fill this out. I want to take a screenshot of this thing like this. All right, and then I copy this. Then I go over to my task number 1 and paste it over here, okay, like that. But hopefully you will complete the rest of your persona and your sticky pads on here as well, okay? And that will complete that part with it. The second part, task 2, you will have getting to more of the coding. I want you to be comfortable with the coding with this, the style, the formatting, the quotation with it. And I have videos for you to watch, so please watch the videos with it. The video is done on a Notepad IDE with it, but I would like for you to use the visual code that you, or if you're running the visual code, is under the, if you install the visual code with it, so please use the visual code, not the Notepad with it, from this point on out with it. Take a screenshot of the style. All right, here's the style file with it. So if you could for me, just take a screenshot of the file of each one of these parts here and copy and paste the whole browser with the URL, okay? And here, and then you can do the formatting. Copy and screenshot of that. The quotation, again, the instruction, copy and paste that on here with it as well. Again, I'm going to repeat what parts will be done with it, clarify what needs to be done on here, task 1, task 2 with the 3 files on here. That's all you have to do with it. So before you upload it, make sure you save your file properly with it, your name on it, and upload it into the proper link to the module number 3 for me. All right. That's it. So that's about 11 minutes. So I'll just give you a broad overview of what I'm looking for in here as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. All right.